welcome back to my channel. Today I just want to talk a little bit about how I moved to New York City as a hairstylist. And I just want to, encourage anyone else who's looking to move but is afraid to do so. And just share my experiences with moving from one coast to another. So originally I'm from Mobile, Alabama, and I moved to California. But my parents moved to California, so I just followed them. And at the time, I was working at Ulta. And like doing hair and nails and makeup on the side. And so when I moved to California, I just transferred. I just transferred my jobs. So, which I did like about Ulta, like they allow you to transfer wherever you move to, and they had to give you the same amount of hours that they was giving you at the other location. So that's what I did like about that. So I ended up moving to California. Make a long story short, I ended up moving to California, and recently I just moved to New York. And I have been in California for 12 years. And I recently just moved to New York this past February 2024. And so it was something that I've been wanting to do. I visited New York for the very first time back in 2018. And when I visited, I fell in love with it, y'all. I fell in love with it so much. So I kept telling myself, like, I want to move to New York. I want to move to New York. So I would work in New York Fashion Week. I'd come back to California. But it was like I needed to be in New York. Like, it was just calling me. And y'all, when I tell y'all, I had my own suite. Actually, where I am right now is my old room. But one of the girls that is renting this room out right now after I moved, she's pregnant and she's allowing me to work in her room, y'all. It's so crazy. Like, I just love how full circle things happen. And so I come back to California once a month to work. But anyway, so I ended up moving. And y'all, when I tell y'all, it was so scary because you got to keep in mind, like in California, I am literally making thousands of dollars a week. Thousands of dollars a week, okay, with my clients. And I love my clients. I hadn't built a relationship with my clients. Like, they family. They are like literally my family. I love every last one of them. They always support me, still show up and support me. And like, I can't ask for nothing better. So when I got ready to send out the email to let everybody know that I was getting ready to move, y'all, this was terrifying, y'all. Y'all don't even know the thought of just starting over. And I hadn't already like built myself here. So, but New York was just calling me, y'all. And so I just felt like I was just on autopilot right here in Elk Grove, California. So I just felt like I was on autopilot. So I just needed something new. And new opportunities as well, because you have to be around, whether it's LA, whether it's New York City, you have to be in those areas to, touch elbows with people. So moved, it was super scary. Y'all, I cried. And then on top of that, looking for a place to stay, that was a hassle. And I just prayed about it, y'all. I had literally just gave it up to God. I was like, God, if this is something that you want for me, I'm open to that. I accept that. And if this is not something that you want for me, I accept that too. I had to make peace with the decision I had made. And so ended up finding a place the next day after I said that prayer. And I was like, I guess it's meant to be. So I moved to New York City, and I was trying to find jobs that are kind of like be my medium as I build my clientele. But I'm so used to my freedom, I didn't want a job that was going to be like, oh, you can't take off or you can't do this. I was looking for the perfect place for me. So I ended up, because I had been on my own for so long, so it's kind of hard to have somebody telling you what you can and what you can't do. So I ended up finding a place called, I currently work there right now. I manage the store. I help train the girls with wig installs. And I only work Mondays and Tuesdays there. So, and Wednesday through Saturday, I'm in Brooklyn at a salon. And so at this salon, it's a new salon. They've only been open for 1 year. I actually do commission, and we'll talk about commission as well. So I can tell you the ins and out of doing commission. Actually, do commission as of now, until I get like a good steady flow of clientele, which I am definitely gaining momentum, and so I'm super excited for that. But this whole transition, it required patience from me. It required faith from me. Even when those around you may not be believers, they may not be believers, and they might not know the gift that God has given you. So you can't listen to what they say. You gotta follow your heart and your mind, and you just gotta keep going. Put your best foot forward, and you eventually get there. And so, and I know that I eventually get there because when I moved to California, I didn't have clientele right off the bat. I was working at Ulta. I was working at Ulta, and I was working at the MAC makeup counter. And and I used to stare out the window, y'all, like a lonely puppy, and be fiending to get out of that place. But I was like, okay, if they paying me 8 hours a day to be there, let me get my business cards. Let me bring my business cards. They already marketing, so let me just pass out my cards to everybody that come in here, okay? And so that's how I built my clientele up. But that took time. So I knew if I could do it one time, I could do that again, like easily. So, and that's what it really takes. So the salon I'm working at right now, um, they advertise, and they bring in the clientele. And so, like, I'm okay with the commission as of now until, like I said, till I get to where I need to be. And honestly, the commission is not as bad as I thought it would be, because honestly, by me working on my own, I'm like, I don't want to do commission. Like, I don't want to do commission. But honestly, if the salon is doing their part, marketing, buying product, like, that's the same thing that 40% that's going to them, that's the same 40% that you'll put back into your business if you was on your own. And you have to do everything on your own. So I just look at it in that manner. And long as the money is flowing and continues to flow, they're bringing in the revenue, I'm totally fine with 60/40. Anyway, that's another story. I just want to encourage y'all to if you have a desire to do something or whatever it may be, I'm just giving y'all my scenario, of me moving to New York City from California to New York City. Like, do it. My biggest thing was, because it's scary to do that, y'all. Like, y'all just don't know, it was super scary. But my biggest thing was, I don't want to get to 100 years old and be like, damn, I wish I would have did this in my 30s. Like, all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Like, I can't live like that. No, I'm doing it now. And so I did it. Don't have any kids. That's another thing. I don't have any kids. It's just me and my husband and I. So he helped me out a lot as well. He ended up finding a really good job. He got his CDL license. So in my slow periods, he was able to pick up the slack for me. And I'm super grateful for that, because we help each other. And on top of that, I get to come back to California once a month. I come back every 5 weeks, to be exact. My clients, my books are filled. My books are filled when I come here. Man, I'm so grateful. When I tell you I'm so grateful to God, like, I just owe all the glory to God, and also me putting in that extra work to make sure that I'm in alignment with my desires, and also with the Creator. And so I don't do nothing without praying about it. I don't do nothing without talking to God about it. So that is very much beneficial as well. But I'm so grateful to be able to come back and forth. And I never forget, one of the girls who used to work with me at the other place here in California, before we moved into this week, we was at another building. And one of my coworkers, her name Mimi. Hey, Mimi girl. One of my coworkers, she had moved to New York, because she works in skincare. And I was like, dang, Mimi in New York City. I want to go to New York so bad. And Mimi messaged me one day. She was like, girl, it's time for you to come. It's time for you to be bi-coastal. Like, I was like, I knew I wanted that, but it was like, damn, how am I gonna do that? Oh, I want it so bad, I want to do it. But it took me having to go there and spend most of my time there. That way I can go back and forth. So I'm just super grateful that I am able to go back and forth, building up momentum over there. So I don't regret anything. And did I have some bumpy times? Yes, I did. Whether it's, people believing in you, people thinking that you're crazy, and how can you leave something you've established? You're crazy. Like, all of this. People gonna tell you that. People are gonna tell you that, but when I tell you stand 10 toes down on what God has for you, nothing is gonna stop you. Nothing is gonna stop you. I don't care what nobody say. Let them say what they want to say. Because when God show up and show out for you, baby, let them say, let them with ears hear and let them with eyes see. You understand me? Because one thing about it, when your heart is in the right place, it always happens right for you.